Good evening.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, your point about meditating or something related or similar later at night. So if you're calm and not stressed, you might not binge. Was interesting because at this point, and I'm active, I'll feel stressed or bored. It's often bored. 10, 11 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and eat. And the going and brushing my teeth. Oh, brush my teeth. Won't want to eat after. I'm a guy. I mean, most guys, I mentioned that you brush your teeth, you're still going to eat. You want to eat, you're going to eat. But if something like meditation could be a stronger distraction, leave you calm after, you might not binge. So that's possibly something interesting I learned tonight.
Yeah. So you bring up a really great point, Eric. And I just want to address that. You know, a lot of our quote unquote disempowering habits are just habits. It's just routine. The way we get out of our bed in the morning, we get off from the same side in the same way. You might not realize it because it's unconscious. The way you drive your car, it's the same pattern. The way you tie your shoes, it's the same pattern. Everything we do is patterns. We're creatures of habit. When you feel bored and you reach for food, that is just a neurological program you have in your brain that could have initially stemmed from stress. But what's interesting about habits is that you can unwind them. Step one, I mentioned that in this nutrition webinar, is awareness. So when you brought up the meditation to reduce stress, that is you. I'm witnessing in front of me awareness take place, which is shifting your perception of how you look at things and inviting you to consider an option to be able to get around this challenge you're having. One thing I wanted to throw out there, there's a quote from one of my mentors that I really like, and I'd like to share it with you guys. When you're too busy living your dream, you don't have time for a nightmare. And I'd like to explain what that means in this context. When we're bored, it's because we're not engaged at a high level. Now imagine this for a second. Imagine you were working on a project or an activity or something that just lit up your soul, that excited you. I can tell you right now, when I'm working with clients and when I'm doing a full day of client sessions, even working late, I'm not even thinking about food. I'm not even thinking about stress. As a matter of fact, I feel amazing. And I realized a long time ago that if I'm just serving people and helping people or doing something I love, living my dream, the nightmare, which can define as anything that's negative or disempowering, kind of disappears on its own. It's pretty fascinating. So yeah, boredom, we want to change that state. No one wants to be bored. So food is the fastest way to do it because you just reach for it, tastes good, you feel good, it's a habit, we all eat, and that's how we deal with the boredom. But I'd like to invite you to consider, try the meditation for sure, but also try and, I'm sure you have hobbies or activities you do, but put that in the evening at the times where we have the greatest likelihood of binging or doing bad habits. We want to replace that with something that's not just okay, reading a book. Maybe you love reading books, that's a different story, but doing something that excites us, that gets us into a positive state versus a negative and stress state.